Hello, this is Bob Anderson, and I want to do a quick video about the 5-minute moving averages and the trade strategy with both of them. As those of you who watch my channel know, I use 1-minute moving averages. One is a 9 EMA and one is a 21 SMA, and they're colored gold and red. But what I've done for this video is I've removed them from the chart because we're going to only talk about the 5-minute moving averages, which are also a 9 EMA, which is going to be gold on this chart, and the 21 SMA, which is going to be red. Now, here's the key. Something to understand. These are 5-minute moving averages. So these moving averages have data being fed to them off of 5-minute increment candles, okay? But the chart that I have these two lines displayed on is a 1-minute chart. And so let me explain what I'm doing when I do that. So because this is important. And this might help on some things for you to understand. And that is, I am looking for an inside look of a 5-minute candle by using a 1-minute candle with 5-minute moving averages. And I know this sounds kind of tricky, but if you think about what I'm saying, when I see my 1-minute candle pierce a 5-minute moving average, know that on a 5-minute chart with a 5-minute candle, the same thing is happening. The price is piercing that 5-minute moving average. This is okay. But what we're doing is we're getting internal by doing a 1-minute candle on it. So we're looking inside that 5-minute candle. And so we're trying to remove the noise by playing off the rejection, i.e. the break of that candle, that 1-minute candle, off this 5-minute moving average in the other direction. If you were playing, i.e. trading, off those 5-minute candles only, you may be entering the trade, for example. Let's say this is your moving average right here. Okay? And let's just say you got a 5-minute candle that just opened up right here, came down and pierced, and then goes all the way up to here before it closes. Okay? So it came down here, pierced and reversed, and went all the way up here because you're waiting a whole 5 minutes for that candle to close. Now, by the time you get into it, you're 20, 30, 40, whatever number of ticks from the reversal spot. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to find a safety spot somewhere in here to get in earlier. That's where I came up with this concept of using 5-minute moving averages with 1-minute candles. So we're trying to sneak in this in the middle of this candle, this 5-minute candle, as opposed to way up there after it's already closed. Okay? So that's the whole premise. 1-minute candle off 5-minute moving averages. Now, the other thing is, I talk about this often. The concept of 1, 2, 3. So what does 1, 2, 3 mean? 1, 2, 3 means number of times that price comes and hits either one of these moving averages. Okay? So 1, 2, 3. My contention from looking at charts for years is that what price has a tendency to do is first time, reject. Second time, reject. third time, kind of gives it up. And so your probability of winning these trades gets weaker and weaker the number of times you've hit that gold line or that red line, okay? Because they can only propel price away from them so many times, and then they run out of the energy and price reverses to the other side. So, but keep in mind, when I say, for example, times that it touches, say, the 9 EMA, that doesn't mean that while you're sitting there taking a trade off of a break right here. So let's go back to this. So you take a trade right here off of a break of this candle right here. Okay? And price goes up and then rolls over and hits this gold line again and rolls up. Now, that's not 2 touches, because you got to remember, to a 5 minute trader, which, remember, we're using a 5-minute moving average in these trades. So we're trying to trade with the big money 5-minute traders, but we're trying to sneak in with them, ahead of them. So they're still hemming and hawing on the same candle here. So this isn't 2 touches to them. On a 5-minute chart, okay, you got to remember, on a 5-minute chart, the touches are fewer and far between, because the candles only open and the candles only close every 5 minutes. Not every minute. I'm going to show you an example of what I'm talking about here in a minute, okay? So a 5-minute candle, you know, and then a 5-minute candle, and then a 5-minute candle, and then a 5-minute candle. This space may only be this far, maybe 1, 2, 3 candles away, but it was 15 minutes. So on a 1-minute chart, it's going to look like this versus this. Okay, so you got to think that way in reverse. So on a 1-minute candle, that's all happening in less than 5 minutes. So that's not 2 touches of that gold line. That's still 1. I'll show you what I mean. Anyways, SMA 21. I only look for trades on the SMA, which is a direction trader. Remember, with that, if I'm north of that 21 SMA, I'm looking for longs. If I'm south of that 21 SMA, I'm looking for shorts. Okay? I only look to trade off that, rejection trades, pivot trades, after 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And by the way, later in the day, that thing can just become a beast. I mean, it really can. I mean, that right there, I'll show you examples. Jesus. Oh, yeah. I'll show you some examples. But anyways, and then the 9 EMA, I say after 9:45 because that's the trading time for the for the gold lines, the 1 minute and the 5 minute. But the reality of it is that 9 EMA becomes more powerful and more rhythmic and more easy to trade off of, in my opinion, as you get like to 10:30, 11, 11:30, that kind of stuff. And then you go through lunchtime and it'll work even later in the day. But you just kind of want to stay away from all the noise when you're taking it. You certainly don't want to be taking these trades during the news. The one caveat with the 9 EMA is the type of pullback. Because the 9 EMA is more of an extended trade, it's not a direction trade. We need to avoid breaking pivots on our way to the moving average. So, I know this is hard to follow. I get it. I'm going to show you live examples. So let's say we're doing a pullback here, and then all of a sudden we got a candle that shoots up, and then we come down, But right here we had, see how we had this pivot right here, that spot right there. where price went back up. It didn't necessarily have to break that, but price went back up. So it was impactful. It was a reversal of trend, you know, from the pullback. And then this came back. So here's your moving average down here, let's just say. All right. When this comes back down and pierces that gold line for an entry, we got a problem because this pivot to get to this gold line is below this pivot, which means we're starting to stair step. Now this will probably reverse. The problem is it's going to reverse lower than this and stair step. I'll show you examples. Okay, so this is the up, the down, the up, and then the down that breaks this right here. That's the trade you try to avoid. These things set up routinely often enough. You don't need to freak out that this one you were waiting for it, it set up and it didn't happen. I'll show you today. All right, let's go. So this is the ES of all things. Yes, I'm going to show you an ES chart. Then I'm going to show you an RTY chart. These are going to be the two charts I show. So the ES, as many of you may know, is the most liquid instrument in the market. It also can be rather temperamental. But when it's actually moving in rhythm, man, it can be very profitable. So let's talk about it, okay? I want to be honest with you, I haven't looked over here. Okay, so let's just kind of look. Here's price way in the morning, 8:30. It rolls through. These are your moving averages. Mind you, this is your 5-minute one that we talked about, and this is your red one. Remember, we don't care about anything with the red one until after 11. We don't care about anything with the gold one until after, 9:45. But to show you the gold one even works pre-market, here it came down. Here's a little pivot right here. These little pivot dots came up, broke those pivots to your left, broke the pivots to your left, recent pivots. So there was a pivot way back here about an hour before. And then it rolled up, hit that gold line, and then down she went. And then created a new pivot low. See, there's nothing to the left. This is actually the low of the day so far. And then it rolled up, hit this gold line again, and then down she went. This is, by the way, those movements are not by accident. It's because there's big money playing those lines. All right, so rolls down, rolls up, same thing. Down she goes. Rolls up, rolls down, down she goes. All right, so here we are. Here is 9:45 right here, okay? This one didn't necessarily pierce, came down, created a new pivot low, came up, broke down. Now, would I have taken this trade? Let me answer this question real quick and simple. 1, 2, this one didn't pierce. 3. This is a third test of that 9-minute gold line. I would not have taken this trade. Did it work? Well, let's see. 26.25 down to 21.5. It would have been one tick from 5 points. Holy shit, I just figured that out. Anyways, all right, well, it didn't work. It didn't work by a tick. Anyways, here's what we're gonna show. So, crossover. This is what I talk about. Okay? So the way to really take advantage of these trades is when price crosses over that 21 SMA and starts a new trend the other direction. That's when like rubber hits the road. I'll show you some examples of that in the RTY also. So here's where price. So I've just got these two charts on here and then these little pivot indicators. That's it. This is all you got on this chart for you to make $500 a day or whatever. So wham. Now we're on the back side of this red line. You see that? Come back to this red line, break of that candle, Here's the top of that. Here's the top of the, so here's this candle. Did we break the top of it? No. Did we break the top of this one? No. Did we break the top of this one? No. Did we break the top of this one over here? Yes. Look at that. Wham. That's freaking amazing. How did that happen? That went 7 points. Boom. 7 points. The reversal of the 5-minute red line. Now, am I looking for that trade? No, because it's not after 11. So let's get to the stuff that I am looking for. So I wouldn't have taken that trade. I'll show you the trade I would have taken, and you'll be like, oh, wow, I get it. So here we go. This is very important. This is where I get so many questions from people, and this is why coding the 5-minute gold line trade is so difficult. Okay? So here's a pivot high. See that? Let's look over here. Let's look. Look at this pivot's way over here at like 944. This one is way over here at 1106. Okay? So for more than an hour and a half, we haven't been north of this spot right here. Okay? So we created a new pivot high. All right, we're excited. I'm excited. We had a crossover price. We got a new pivot high. We pull back, pull back. I'm so excited. I want this damn thing to get right here and then break it. And what does it do? It pivots up before it hits there. Damn! Crap! Now what? Well, now this is where stuff gets tough. Okay? Because we have rotated back up. See that? We've broken down. Now, none of this is smooth in here. It's like this is choppy, 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 choppy. But this rotated back up over here. And then pulled back down. And so at this point, and this gold line right here did not run. If this gold line had run up through here in our entry, and this bottom of this candle would have been north of this, then I would have been all over that long. Okay? But because this pushed it down below this pivot, which is a substantial move. I mean, from here to here is 4 points. That's substantial in the ES. That's substantial in the ES. Okay? I need you to understand that that's substantial. But this thing right here, breaking the top of this candle right here by, you know, a half a point or a point, that's not substantial. That's nothing. Okay? That goes back to noise within your 5-minute candle. That's just noise. Okay? Just noise. Which is why we have 1-minute candles trying to predict what 5-minute candles are doing. All right, so don't want to get all scientific on you. So what happens? Well, this comes down here and creates attempt number 1, which broke up, broke down, didn't go anywhere yet. See, we still hadn't, by the time we left the gold line, we only had two candles. 2 1-minute candles, 2 minutes, that's it. And we were back in here again. So this is all still, this whole area right here is still attempt 1, okay? But I wouldn't take attempt 1 because we broke this pivot on the pullback, okay? I can't make it any clearer. If you have to question it, okay, then don't take it. Now I'm going to show you what you don't have to question, okay? So then we blew up, which, by the way, the trade worked, okay? The trade actually worked if you took it. If you made a mistake and took the trade, it worked because here you are at 34. It ran all the way to 41. That's 7 points. I can't explain to you how many people would love to learn how to make 7 points in the ES. I cannot tell you how much people would love to learn the gold nugget that I am about to show you right now, okay? I cannot tell you this. There are people begging to learn what I'm about to show you. All right, so the first attempt, I didn't take it. I wouldn't take it. But what happened? We broke up. We got a new pivot high. See, we broke this pivot here. And we came, look at this smooth pullback. Smooth pullback. And I mean smooth in a different way, meaning we had no pivots broken. Like we didn't have this noise in the middle, okay? And boom, there we are. There's my entry, bam, there you go. I mean, it's just, and then what happened is we came up, broke pivot, came back down, did it again. Then we came back down, broke, and we were over. Now we're in a mess. But wait a second, Bob. I thought you told us there were some 21 SMAs. Well, let's see here. Are we past 11? Well, yeah, 21 SMA after 11. Oh, wait, let's look at that. Okay, let's look at that. Where's that SMA? Oh, it's right here. Look at that. Candle comes back. Here's your consolidation candle. Here's your break. What happened to it? Oh, crap. It only went for 9 points. Damn, 9 points? Who wants 9 points? Who wants 9 points in their trade? So, here's the funny part. If you showed somebody this chart right here without these moving averages, okay, just visualize. Here we go. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to do it right now. I am going to take this moving average off, and I'm going to take this moving average off. And you tell me how you're supposed to figure out how to trade that. How are you supposed to figure out how to trade that? I'll wait. But with those moving averages that are 5-minute moving averages, meaning the 5-minute money is playing off of them, but you're going in off of a 1-minute candle. So you're going inside the internals of that 5-minute candle and you're making money. Let's go over here and look at the RTY just for fun. Why don't we do that? I mean, I'm just getting riled up now. So, I'm going to do this one quick because the ES showed it, but the RTY is a beast. I mean, this is a beast. Market opens, down, up. Here's your 5-minute gold line, down. I mean, I can't count the dollars you make right there. Goes back up, down. Can't count the dollars you make right there. Runs up. This is third attempt. You got to let it go. I wouldn't take any third attempt on any instrument. I don't give a rat's ass what it is. Then you cross over, create a pivot high that breaks this pivot over here, this pivot over here, this pivot over here, all these pivots to the left, pulls back to that gold line, bam, there's your money again. Look at this. Now see this right here? This is interesting. Look at this. Look at this, okay? Look at this. This is very important. This pivot broke this pivot, pulled back to that gold line, bam, there's your money again. I cannot make it any simpler than that. Can't make it any simpler than that. Anyways, my system went down this morning. I couldn't even get into trading. So what did I do? I didn't get in until after 11 o'clock. It got to after 11 o'clock. I said to myself, that'd be me, I'm going to trade just the 5-minute gold lines. So there I was sitting there with no money. It's after 11 o'clock. I missed my open range break, all that kind of stuff. I had to calm myself down because I couldn't get into my system, yada, yada, yada. And ting, 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 ting. $400 and some for 5 accounts. I'm done. Let's call it a day, everybody. Yeah. Anyways, so that's it. I can't make it any simpler. Get the noise off. If you want to play those 5-minute gold lines and the 5-minute SMA, I tell you right now, take the 1-minute ones, take the 1-minute candles off the chart. Another thing is, down below, I am going to link you to how to put 5-minute moving averages on your 1-minute chart for Ninja. Talk to you later. Bye.